What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here, and in this video, I just wanted to talk about one of my favorite combinations in Destiny 2, and that is pairing Icebreaker with Stasis builds. Mind you, these builds don't even have to be on a Stasis subclass. I use them on Prismatic to great effect, but I do utilize the Stasis adjacent aspects and exotics. So in this video, I'm just going to do a quick overview of these combinations that pair really nicely with Icebreaker so that you can take this combination for a test drive when GMs release next week. Speaking of GMs, GM.report gives us some good info. They show that we have Stasis and Arc Surge and Stasis and Void Surge rotating, meaning we don't have any Solar Surge. But luckily for us, on the Proving Grounds week and Heist Battleground Moon week, we have Overcharged Sniper Rifle, meaning that even though there isn't any artifact mods this season to make snipers overcharged, we can still get 25% more damage for Icebreaker on those weeks. And trust me, I've cleared both the Master Nightfalls on those strikes with Icebreaker while being solo, and it cooks. So let's talk about the interaction going on here with Stasis and Icebreaker. The weapon has the perk Icebreaker, which reads, defeating a target with this weapon causes them to explode. Precision Final Blows or shattering a frozen target instead triggers an ignition. So basically, if you get a body shot kill, you will get a Dragonfly type explosion, but a crit kill or shattering a frozen target instead causes an ignition. Also, if you shoot a Stasis Crystal instead of the frozen target, it does the Dragonfly type of explosion as well, so try and hit the frozen enemy instead if you can. And then if you get the Catalyst, it states landing a hit on a slowed or frozen target has a chance to return around to the magazine. I'm not sure how often this procs, but for me, it feels like it's every other shot. It's quite often. I've also heard reports that it is just an internal cooldown. So if you land a shot on a slowed or frozen target, you have to wait like 5 seconds before shooting another to get the ammo refunded. Regardless, the uptime is very high, which makes it feel like this weapon has unlimited ammo if you're using it properly. And the weapon also has the intrinsic trait No Backpack. Final blows or assists with any other weapon or ability have a chance to create ammo for Icebreaker. Defeating powerful combatants will create multiple rounds. So this part is crucial. Basically, you can freeze an enemy and shoot it, and it has a chance of getting a round back and causing an ignition. And this ignition, plus the shattering of the crystals, can take out huge swaths of enemies. It also does big damage to champions, allowing you to clean them up with a different weapon or an ability, and this will refund you like 3 or 4 shots of ammo. Meaning that as long as you are slaying out on ads, then you will always have Icebreaker ammo for the big targets. You can even get net positive ammo returns. Like if you shoot 1 shot, you may expend 1 ammo, but you can get anywhere from 2 to 4 shots back if you take out enough enemies. So say I caused an ignition or shattered a bunch of crystals with Icebreaker, it doesn't even matter that Icebreaker caused it, it will still refund you ammo if you get multi-kills or kills on a high health target. It is simply amazing for ammo economy, especially in solo play. So now onto some builds that this pairs great with. You have the Rhymecoat Raiment Warlock with Bleak Watchers that can freeze tons of enemies, the Mask of Fealty on Hunter that can freeze an enemy in just 1 shuriken, and you can have your melee up extremely often, or my personal favorite, the Cadmus Ridge Lancecap Titan. I'm working on dedicated build videos for all 3 of these, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss those. 2 should be coming out this weekend, and I'm very excited to showcase them to you. But for now, I just want to show you how you can leverage your fragments to take full advantage of the Icebreaker explosions. So the reason Cadmus Ridge Lancecap is so nice is that you can freeze enemies nearly constantly. There's just a 7-second cooldown on your Diamond Lance. As long as you're running a Stasis Super, then when you get rapid precision hits or precision final blows from behind a rally barricade, it will create a Diamond Lance near you. And if you run 100 Resilience, then you will almost always have a barricade up, meaning you basically get unlimited Diamond Lances. The one downside to this build is if you have close quarters combat. This build thrives off a long range playstyle. But in the 2 GMs where the sniper rifle is overcharged, you can sit back and plink away very easily, so it's perfect there. I like to pair this with an anti-barrier scout rifle, and then the Diamond Lances can freeze so it can easily handle unstoppable champions. So you chuck out a Diamond Lance, get the freeze, and then cause a massive explosion. It's a ton of fun and super effective. As mentioned, this can pair nicely with Mask of Fealty and Rhymecoat Raiment as well, as those builds thrive on freezing targets, and then you just shoot them with Icebreaker to cause a massive ignition. And to make these builds deal even more damage and have a larger radius of AoE, you want to be running Facet of Ruin. This increases the size and damage of the burst when you shatter a Stasis Crystal or frozen target, and it increases the area of effect of solar ignitions. So it pairs perfectly with these setups that are constantly freezing and igniting. The other really awesome pairing is Hail the Storm from the artifact this season. It states shattering Stasis Crystals releases shards of ice that damage and slow targets, and when boosted by a tonic, the shatters deal increased damage. The amazing thing with Icebreaker is it is literally infinite ammo if you're slaying out. and that is why it is so great for solo play and why a solo player like me loves it so much. In a team setting, you may have teammates taking your kills a lot of the time, so you could potentially struggle a bit on ammo, but if you build around it properly with the right build, then you'll be the one stealing all the kills. No sniper in the game has this much ad clear potential. Ignitions are one of the strongest verbs in Destiny, and this can proc them nearly constantly. I've fallen in love with this weapon, and I just wanted to showcase how to use it to its max potential so that you can fall in love with it like I have. I did play Destiny 1, but I was quite casual, so I never actually had Icebreaker, so I don't have the nostalgia for it like others do, but I can confidently say it is one of the best special weapons in all of Destiny 2. I find its only downside is the extremely low rate of fire of 49. It is hard to pace your shots with, but the more I'm playing with it, the more I'm getting used to that. It also hits like a truck, and snipers were recently buffed in Episode Revenant against everything except bosses. So it can one-shot basically all minors and majors, and if you kill them with a shot to the head, it will trigger an ignition. And then on champions, it chunks the hell out of them. The one area where it will struggle with is if you are exclusively using it on bosses or champions. You need to kill enemies in between to keep the ammo up. This is not a DPS sniper, and because of this, a lot of people say it sucks because of its slow rate of fire and its low ammo reserves, but this is not what the weapon was designed for. A weapon being great at one thing like DPS is fine, but personally, I prefer weapons with lots of utility, and this is the ultimate utility weapon, and when you use it to its max potential, you will definitely realize how great of a weapon it is. That's why I wanted to make this video, to try and showcase its many use cases and show why it's so awesome. I have a solo run of the Heist Battleground GM on my channel if you want to see raw gameplay of it, and I will probably show a few more clips at the end of this video just because I have so many awesome clips of this thing because I've been using it so much. I have over 440 kills on it, and for a sniper, that is quite a few given they are single shot weapons. So this just goes to show how much I've been using it and enjoying it. And all those kills are in Master Nightfalls. I haven't used it in Onslaught yet because, truth be told, I just really haven't had time to run Onslaught because I've been so busy preparing Nightfall builds for GMs releasing, along with grinding the dungeon when I can. But even in Onslaught, if you build around it properly, you would be able to take out swaths of enemies with one freeze and one shot of your sniper. If you don't have this sniper yet, then I have a guide on how to solo flawless the Vespers Host dungeon, so I would definitely try and do that. There are tons of strats on YouTube now from players far better than me, 3-phasing on every character, so check those out as well for some helpful strategies to deal damage to the final boss. The strats I cover in my solo flawless guide are very safe though, so if you don't mind taking a while to beat it, then I think my guide will help you. The reason I mention this is if you get the solo flawless, then your chances for getting the icebreaker to drop from the dungeon goes up tremendously. And believe me, it is very worth it to try and get this weapon. It's amazing. Anyways, that's it for the video. I hope my breakdown helped to show you how to use Icebreaker to its max potential and why I've fallen in love with it. One thing I didn't mention is you also never have to reload the thing, and that is another reason why I love it so much. It's just a perfect pairing for the Stasis Focus artifact that we have this episode. Leave a like and subscription if this video helped you out, and if you're still watching, then thanks so much for watching to the end. It means a lot. Good luck in getting this weapon if you don't have it already, and I didn't mention it, but make sure you get the Catalyst too. There are lots of good videos online for how to get it. It takes a little while, but it is well worth it. As I said, I have some really awesome build videos coming up that pair great with this weapon, so check those out as well. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.